Stage number 2, wrist and hand action. So on stage 1, we talked about arm motion, which is this motion, and the right arm in its bent position, how it comes back bent either behind the arm. So here we're going to talk about the wrist action. After we take it back, after we take the arms back, the hand is going to roll and the wrist is going to cock, basically holding it just below chest level, feeling the angle of attack. Okay, so what happened there, as we take it back, the hand roll, the wrist cocks. As we take it back, arm back, the hand roll, the wrist cocks. And then the release portion of that on the downswing, it's gonna be, as we take it back, the hand roll, the wrist cock, and then the wrist uncocks and the hand rolls, which activates the club head, club face. That's the definition of release, guys, is the uncocking the wrist and the activation of the club head, uncocking the wrist, and the roll, the club face, activating the club face towards the ball. So you're going to see on the other side, on the down, you're going to see the uncock and the roll. So you're going to see the roll the hand, the turn the hand, and the cock the wrist. And as I deliver it down, you're going to see the uncock the wrist, activates the club head, and the roll the hand, activates the club face. Activates the club head, uncock, roll. The wrist roll. There's this position here. This area here has a power source which creates this power package, this swing lag where the handle, the shaft, gets behind the arm. And we're going to need to learn how to wrist roll that wrist. Wrist roll is not the turning the hand, it's a wrist roll, okay? It's a wrist roll. So you're going to see the wrist roll back, and you're going to see the club face line up to the left arm. That's called a horizontal. That's called a horizontal hinge. So this wrist roll from here to here is called a horizontal hinge. We have to also introduce a angled hinge, which is now the wrist roll is going to be from this bent right hand. And what happens is, as there's the same position, the club, the swing lag to the golf swing, and the wrist roll, and maintaining the right wrist bend, and we're going to line up the club face to the left arm. Okay, so in this wrist roll, the aligning of the club face to the left arm is very important. So you're going to see me create a wrist roll aligning the club face to the left arm. You're going to see me create a wrist roll aligning the club face to the left arm. Now guys, don't misunderstand. I didn't say hand roll. I said wrist roll. The only thing is we're making sure the alignment is to the left arm. We don't over break that. We don't break that too much. So if it breaks, that club face is not aligned to the left arm, it's only aligned to the hand. Okay? So wrist roll, angled. Okay? The difference between the horizontal and the angled is this, okay? When the elbow can travel basically to your belly button, you can accomplish a horizontal hinge action. But if that elbow stops short of that belly button, is somewhere back here, the right elbow, guys, then we could only accomplish the angled wrist roll from this bent right hand lining it up. Okay, so that is the difference between the horizontal and the angled wrist roll. There is a third wrist roll, which is a vertical wrist roll. There, I have a videotape on short game pitching, and you will see that vertical wrist roll on that video. But right now, for this practice, we're just going to work on this wrist roll. So as I take it back, create that action of the hand turning, wrist cocking, as I deliver it and I activate, uncock, activate the club head, roll the hand, activate. I am now in this position and I want to create the wrist roll after release, wrist roll, lining it up. So line up to the left arm, wrist roll, horizontal, angled, horizontal, angled. You'll notice horizontal has a further club travel than the angled. This last video here is on wrist roll, wrist action. And this wrist action is a power source, guys. It's the cocking of the left wrist, which creates velocity power, and the rolling of the wrist, which creates transfer power. So those two power sources are very important. So make sure you try to understand this video. The next video on the stage 2, the third video on the stage 2, is going to be on ball control. Thank you for watching. Please click the like button and please do not forget to subscribe.